Hi guys, welcome to part 2 of my update on the stuff I got for over the holidays. So in this part, we're going to probably look at first we're going to look at some of the random stuff. Some of the random stuff that I got, and then some movies. I'm going to try and get through the live action movies, and then depends on how long that takes. Maybe we'll do the animated movies as well, but right now it's going to be random stuff and live action movies and maybe animated movies. So so the first thing is this next thing is an actual a WWE action figure. I don't really buy them much just because they're actually so expensive now. I remember when I was younger they were always like not as expensive, but for some reason they're quite expensive. And this one is actually, I have the original version of this one, and this is from the Then, Now, and Forever line, and it is Miss Elizabeth. She was actually the first woman female action figure, at least for WWE. I don't know about in wrestling in general, but I know she was the first WWE or WWF woman to get her own action figure, which I actually do have the original one. And so I know she came out once before. She went a white dress, and I think there's only, you had to special order that. So, but I'm glad that they made a wide release of her now, because I tell you the truth, I'm a huge fan of women's wrestling, and I know she's not women's wrestling, but she's one of really, it was her the whole storyline with her, Macho Man and Hulk Hogan, those three that what really got me into wrestling when I was about 5 years old, 4 or 5 years old. So that's probably my earliest memory of wrestling though. So yeah. And another thing, can we get her? Can she be in the Hall of Fame now? so that's Miss Elizabeth. Next one is this is sort of, I guess you could say, action figure, collectible kind of thing. It is Alvin and the Chipmunks, or I just call it Alvin and the Chipmunks. This is from the new series. Now I actually found this on Amazon. I was really like, oh my god, they actually have this in a set. And the thing is, I watched the first season on Netflix, at least here in Canada. I watched it on Netflix. I really enjoyed it a lot. I thought it was very funny. If you guys should check it out. You might find it very funny as well. Yes, well, you probably could tell here, they don't look like chipmunks. They kind of look like humanoid chipmunks, which at first I thought that was kind of strange, but because of how funny it is, I'm able to look past that. And same with the animation. The animation, I think it looks okay. I think it looks good, but you might have a hard time. But this to how funny the show is, it's really, really funny. As far if I like this one, but it's hard to say. I do like the original a lot, so maybe that one might be better. But I also really like this one. So yeah, so that's from Alvin and the Chipmunks. I just call it Alvin and the Chipmunks because I think calling Alvin is kind of actually stupid, to tell you the truth. So yeah. So that's Alvin and the Chipmunks. Okay, so that's it for, I guess, the action figures for right now. Next, we're going to go to some comics. I've been sort of collecting these as they come out, but I think new issues have come out. Both of these are right now mini series. Maybe they'll get a full series later on. I don't know, but right now they're only mini series. This first one is actually these first three are DC Archie comics they collaborated on, and we have Harley and Ivy meet Betty and Veronica, number 1. Yeah, I don't know how good you can see that. Number 1. Number 2. Some of these had had other covers, but I just picked the ones I like the best. And number 3, I think probably number 4 is out now, but I don't have that one, and I haven't yet to read these. I actually might just wait until all of them come out and then read them. The reason I got these, because I was actually looking for this one. I'm not quite sure which one I was looking for, but I just came across it. Oh, whoa, Harley and Ivy meet Betty and Veronica. Okay, I have to get that. A very interesting crossover. So I can't wait to read them, see how it is. This next one I actually read about, and I was really actually kind of interested in seeing how they did this, because they did the Flintstones, which I do have the trade paperback of the first 6 issues. I still have to get the second trade paperback for the rest of them. They also did Scooby Apocalypse, which I also have the first trade paperback of that as well. I need to get the rest. And they also did some other ones that didn't last as long. But this is a new one they released, which is apparently going to run for at least 6 issues. I guess it depends on how well it sells. And I've been actually really looking forward to this one. It is The Jetsons. Now, I'm glad the Jetsons are back. I know they came back, it was last year with the WWE Robo WrestleMania movie. But I'm glad that it's back. Like, even if this is the only thing we get, then I'm happy. I'm hoping this actually sells well. We could get more. Like I said, I haven't read this, so to me, with just by looking at the covers, they look interesting. So it's number 1, and this is number 2. So very interesting. Like I said, I think number 3 I know is out now. So that's all the comic books I got right now. I hope to get more. Actually, the Jetsons one I probably am going to try and read first. The Betty and Veronica and Holly and Ivy one I probably wait until the rest of the issues come out with that one. But the Jetsons I do want to read, and maybe I'll do an update on this channel. And the next, so that's it for that. The next thing is actually CDs. Now, some of you are going to laugh at. Or actually, first, I don't usually buy CDs a lot, especially new ones. So it's very rare when I buy new CDs. But all of these are actually brand new CDs. The first 3 I ordered from a seller called Import CDs off of Amazon, which is, in my opinion, is a trusted seller, and one I actually just found in Walmart. And now, some of you guys might laugh at me for this, but you know what? I don't care. This is the kind of music I like. So, the first one is Cyndi Lauper. She's So Unusual. This is her debut album, which I actually do have this on a cassette and a record. I've actually listened to both. Haven't listened to the record for a long time, or the cassette actually. Actually, I'm not quite sure what either one is. But I've been wanting to get this one. I know this has been released in sort of like a paper sleeve, which I don't understand why they're doing that for. Which I'm glad that I was very worried that that's what this was going to be. And then they have the 30th anniversary one they released a couple of years ago, which I would like to get that either on vinyl or CD. But yeah, so that's Cyndi Lauper. I'm a huge fan of hers. Next one, this next singer, some of you might know, some of you might not know. It's actually kind of funny. I listened to her one song. It's actually not on this album, but it's one of her songs. You Keep Me Hanging On, which was originally sung by the Supremes back in the 60s, but then she covered it in the 80s, and I just fell in love with that song. I was listening to her all the time, and that's the only song I would listen to of hers. But then later on, I started listening to more, and I actually really liked her. And for some reason, I just never bothered picking up any of her albums. Maybe one of the reasons because they didn't sell any here. But anyways, I decided to finally order it along with the Cyndi Lauper one, and it is Kim Wilde. She's actually one of her probably most well-known songs is actually Kids in America, which was covered in the late 90s. Yeah, the late 90s, and it was actually released, I think, part of the Digimon the movie soundtrack. So yeah, so it's Kim Wilde. This is just like Cyndi Lauper's her first album. The next one, this one I've liked for years. Actually longer than Cyndi Lauper I've liked for years. But this one I've actually liked for way longer, or a few years before her. And yeah, I was a huge fan of this group, and I'm still a big fan of this group. I know it seems they're right now doing their own thing, but but this is my favorite group, and I always like listening to them. And it is the Spice Girls. I actually have this on cassette, and maybe that's the reason why I didn't bother picking up any really of their CDs, because I already have them on cassette, and that's why I used to listen to a lot. But I finally decided to get at least the CD for the first one, which is Spice, the first one. The Spice Girls. Okay, yeah. And this last one, actually, this is my first album from these people, and every time I'm a huge 80s fan, like 80s music, as you could probably tell from the even the CDs I got and some of the movies I actually like are from the 80s, and I'm just a huge fan of the 80s. Yeah. And so anyways, I'm not rambling on here, sorry about that. But anyways, I got the very best of Daryl Hall and John Oates. So Hall and Oates. This is actually my first album of them. I've always liked them. I think the first song I could think of, I might have heard them before, but the first song I can remember hearing was a couple years ago when they sang, when I heard Jingle Bells, and I really liked that. And then later on I heard more of them, and I just instantly liked them. And I found this at Walmart for, I think it was $5. And yeah, actually, and I actually like these best ofs. Like, usually the best ofs are whatever, but this one seems kind of interesting because you have this, and then you have a little biography on the back. I think, and I don't think you can really see it very well. It's a little biography up here, and then you have the songs listed, each song. But the interesting thing about that is each of the song, it tells you what album it's from. So that's really cool. I actually like it. I also have the Cyndi Lauper one, and yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's great to yeah, especially if you want to get that album. Yeah, so that's Hall and Oates. I always like them. Yeah. Okay, okay. I'm gonna do okay. I was gonna do the live movies, but since it's over 10 minutes now, I'm gonna do the animated movies. I'm gonna save the live movies for maybe the next video. Yeah. So I'm going to try and divide this up a bit. So okay, no, never mind. I'm going to stop it here. This took a little bit long, so it's only going to be obviously a shorter video. Because I really want to try and divide these up, and I've decided I want to release them throughout the week. So even though I'm probably filming all these in one day, I'm actually going to divide them out throughout the week. So I hope you guys enjoyed this part, and stay tuned for part 3, which I'm going to try to do at least all the movies, or at least the live action movies, and we'll see. But so stay tuned, because next is going to be part 3, which is movies. So thanks, and see you next part.